like to start with a quick question. How many of you know how to swim? Okay, well, I don't know much how to swim. And I think that's completely fine, right? Yeah, it's not a big deal. But the wave that CSUMB brought into my life taught me to master it. I remember being a 12-year-old young small kid standing on the shore of infinite ocean, just thinking, or might be just being blank, and looking at those waves. At first, I was quiet because the first wave was nothing big. And then the second wave, it shattered. It shattered everything. Probably because of the thoughts which I was going through in my mind, or probably it was because of I was just still not knowing what's happening. I started looking at those trees and the infinite sky. I started looking at the horizon. Yes, something where the sky and the ocean meet, everyone says. This is what I read when I was started reading encyclopedias, Google, and different journals and newsletters and articles about. Growing up, being in school, I remember all of my friends were always having a traditional path set in their mind of what they have to achieve in their whole lives. They were having a clear picture to complete their school, and so their high school, go to university, graduate, and find a job. Probably in my home country, that's where I am from, and I feel my roots belong to India. Growing up in the city, having a sister, an elder sister, I used to share everything. And once, when I was playing with all of my friends in school, I was left in wonders when I get to know this thing. Yes, follow this path, you will be all good and you will be settled up in your life. My mind said, no, this is what not I am thinking about. I want to do something unique. Unique in terms of what everyone has not done or has not achieved in their lives. I had this courage to tell to my parents returning home the same day. I was waiting desperately for my mom and dad to return from their office because I had something to tell them, something which was very different from our regular conversations. Not something like I didn't do my homework or my teacher scolded me, not because I got good grades in the class test we had. This was something I wanted to share, and it was all about this small decision. I was so close enough to have this courage and tell my parents I wanted to study abroad. Well, everyone questioned. I was still in school, right? And yeah, this is all what everyone does, my parents said. This is too early for you to even think of crossing those skies and horizons and thinking of something you have never looked or dreamt of. I was the first person in my family to even think about this. My mom and dad, since they work in judiciary, my dad always used to tell me, become a lawyer, family business. My sister is still being an engineer. No, become an engineer. In my high school, I had this elective known as computer science, and I really got an interest in it. I started learning about different ways these computers function, who discovered the computer, and right up to what I can achieve in it, leading me to thoughts of doing a PhD. But no, it all still feels like a dream. One fine day, as my mom had to move to another city because of her work, I thought, instead of getting sad, I'm going to take this as a huge sense of changing my life. And then 2 years later, during my high school, since it was COVID that time, I told again, can I move with you, Mom, to another city? The city of dreams, Mumbai, or Bombay in India. Well, it was truly a city of dreams for me. I had nothing there, just a home, my mom. Visiting my family over the weekends was a traditional thing for me for the next 2 years of my life. The school or the university I was admitted in had this credit transfer program across multiple universities in this whole world. I was always fascinated of United States of America, the dreams of everyone who has never been there. Being around people you have never seen, or just belonging there isn't a very normal thing. My parents supported me throughout my journey. And then was the day to pack my bags, say everyone a goodbye at the airport with tears of joy, or probably not knowing when I will be able to see them again. Maybe next year during the vacations, I said. Well, my mind knew. It's just 1 year that I will have to wait to see them again. I said goodbye and then I left. Fast forward to the 24-hour plane journey, I landed at San Francisco International Airport. And then I took a deep breath. Okay, I'm here. One hand with the luggage full of books, clothes, and my essential belongings. The other hand full of dreams and a mind full of curiosity again, knowing I don't know what is going to be here, what is going to be right ahead of this airport. I cleared the immigration point, and the very first question which I asked was, are you here for your education? Yes, I said. Very proud of myself. I know why I'm here for. I know my roots. And then I had this flash of all of these dreams and me as a 12-year-old child sitting and standing right on the shore watching those waves. Well, today when I look at those beaches here, I think of the other part. Probably there are these 7 seas or these oceans which have a common intersecting point. I don't know, probably I don't know if anyone has discovered that. I don't want to discover that. But yes, there can be a small portion where all of these intersect and we all become a world or a globe. We all are a family. Every person belonging here is related to someone else by hook or by crook, many people say. The long journey from San Francisco Airport to TEDxCSUMontereyBay, just 2 hours, right? No. For me, it felt like a never-ending dream. For me, it felt like I had so many things in my mind as I was just 20-year-old. I was just sitting and thinking about what can I do in my life now, since I always dreamt of being over here and just exploring the horizon of where I was standing. I decided to give it all, my time, patience, energy, love, care, and respect for my parents. I came to CSUMB. I was sitting in my dorm the very first night, crying over the phone, talking to my parents, knowing that time difference is a real thing. We have to wait for hours to talk to our parents if we have something special within ourselves. My first midterm result was incredible. I did everything I could because I was not very familiar of what educational pattern it follows being here. And I'm sure this is the case for most international students who are having no clue or idea about what life is beyond those shores. Every person I have met in my journey till here has inspired me and has encouraged me to achieve something even more in my life. Everything on campus feels surreal. It still feels like a dream. When the breeze walks in, I feel it. I'll just think to look back. Should I move back home? Probably no. Many of my friends still say the same. They don't want to move back because we have dreams within us. This is all what we have for our own selves and for everyone who is thinking that, no, going back is the easiest way. Having the degree, you will have better home, better jobs. No, chasing the unknown is what I truly feel about. To every international student who has ever been on this journey, I want to represent you all. It is all about something unknown. And to anyone who has ever stood on this journey of embracing something unknown, of choosing what you want to become in your lives, you are going to achieve it all. It will all be scary, but I will knock you down. If you are going to do it, you will be able to do it without any second thought. Thank you, everyone.